Good morning, everyone. Now we'll cover the second part of the chapter 5 of CRPC, that is arrest of persons. We had covered for section 41, section 41A, 41B, 41C, and 41D. Now we'll move on to section 42. Section 42 talks about arrest on refusal to give name and residence. What had we learned in section 41? Section 41 talked about the cases where the police can arrest without warrant. Okay, but section 42 it talks about the cases where police in general it cannot take arrest without warrant. These are not cognizable cases, but on the refusal to give name and residence, then the police can arrest. Okay, so subsection 1 says when any person who, in the presence of a police officer, has committed or has been accused of committing a non cognizable offense, refuses on demand of such officer to give his name and his residence, or gives a name or residence which such officer has a reason to believe that it is false, or it is made up, so he may be arrested by such officer in order to get his name and residence ascertained. Okay, so subsection 2 says when the true name and residence of such person have been ascertained, he shall be released on his executing a bond with or without sureties to appear before magistrate if so required. But if this person is not a resident of India, that bond shall be secured by surety or sureties who are resident in India. Okay. So subsection 3 says, should the true name and residence of such person not be ascertained within 24 hours from the time of arrest, or should he fail to execute the bond, or if required to furnish sufficient sureties, he shall forthwith be forwarded to the nearest magistrate. Okay. So then we'll move on to section 43. Section 43 talks about arrest by private person and procedure on such arrest. Okay, this is a very important section, not in as an study as to study, but to know the rights of a private person for arrest. Okay, so any private person may arrest or cause to be arrested any person who in his presence commits a non-bailable plus cognizable offense. Okay, it should be non-bailable and cognizable. Singularly non-bailable or cognizable offense will not work. It should be both. Okay, and this is provided under the schedule. Or any proclaimed offender, and without unnecessary delay shall make over or cause to be made over any person so arrested to a police officer, or in the absence of a police officer take such person or cause him to be taken in custody to the nearest police station. Okay, subsection 2 of section 43 says if there is a reason to believe that such person comes under provisions of section 41, the police shall rearrest him. Okay, if there is a reason to believe that he has committed a non-cognizable offense and he refuses on demand of a police officer to give his name and residence, or gives a name or residence which such officer has reason to believe to be false, he shall be dealt with under the provisions of section 42. But if there is no sufficient reason to believe that he has committed any offense, he shall be at once released. Okay. Now, section 44, it talks about arrest by magistrate. Okay. So, when any offense is committed in the presence of a magistrate, now this magistrate can be a judicial magistrate, or he also can be an executive magistrate. Okay. Within his local jurisdiction, he may himself arrest or order any person to arrest the offender, and may thereupon, subject to the provisions herein contained as to bail, commit the offender to custody. Okay. And secondly, any magistrate, whether executive or judicial, may at any time arrest or direct the arrest in his presence within his local jurisdiction of any person for whose arrest he is competent at the time and in the circumstances to issue a warrant. Okay. Now, we'll move on to section 45. Section 45 talks about the protection of members from armed forces from arrest. Okay. So, it says, notwithstanding anything contained in section 41 to 44, no member of the armed forces of the Union shall be arrested for anything done or purported to be done by him in discharge of his official duties. Okay, but it can be done so by taking the consent of the central government. Okay, so the state government may, by notification, direct that the provisions of subsection 1 shall apply to such class or category of members of the force charged with maintenance or of public order as may be specified therein, wherever they may be serving, and thereupon the provisions of that subsection shall apply as if for the expression central government occurring therein, the expression state government was substituted. Okay. So this is section 46 is a very important section for your any exam that you will be giving. So it talks about how an arrest should happen. So it says, in making of an arrest, the police officer or other person making the same shall actually touch or confine the body of the person to be arrested unless there is a submission to the custody by word or action. Okay, so the police officer is directed to touch the body or confine it unless the person himself is submitting to the police officer by a word or by his actions. Okay, so the proviso to this subsection says, provided that where a woman is to be arrested, unless the circumstances indicate to the contrary, her submission to custody on an oral intimation of arrest shall be presumed. And unless the circumstances otherwise require, or unless the police officer is a female, the police officer shall not touch the person of the woman for making her arrest. Okay. Subsection 2 says, if such person forcibly resists the endeavor to arrest him or attempts to evade the arrest, such police officer or other person may use all means necessary to effect the arrest. Now, here, all means. Okay, so whenever you might see there are encounters and there is a violence from police side. Okay, so they take the defense of subsection 2. Okay, so but if there is a proviso. Nothing in this section gives a right to cause the death of a person. As I said, encounter, until he is accused of an offense punishable with death or with imprisonment for life. Okay. So, subsection 4 says, save in exceptional circumstances, no woman shall be arrested after sunset and before sunrise. This you may know because this is a very prevalent, this is a very famous law. Okay. And where such exceptional circumstances exist, the police officer shall, by making a written report, obtain the prior permission of judicial magistrate of first class. So JMFC से नीचे कोई prior permission देने के लिए they are not they cannot give the prior permission. Okay, so JMFC within whose local jurisdiction the offense is committed or the arrest is to be made. So I hope you like this lecture, and please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. We'll make a part 3 of chapter 5 after this. Thank you.